Greet everyone like I greet my students in the morning. Top of the morning, Westwood, the world wins. Good morning. We like to say welcome to Westwood Middle School. We are finally here in our new building, and we are so excited. I'd like to say thank you to everyone for being here. This is more than a momentous occasion. This is something that comes, I'm not, speaking in hyperbole. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to open a school in any community. I believe the previous school that we were in was opened back around 1959, 1960. You think about all the generations before, so that building did more than run its course. This is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so we don't take this lightly. We have so many people to thank. I can't thank everyone, but first of all, I want to start off by thanking our wonderful faculty and staff here at Westwood Middle School. Let's give them a round of applause. Well, obviously, I'm partial, but we have the best faculty and staff that I've ever had the privilege of working with. Our administrative staff, Mr. Ernest Williams, Mrs. McLeod. We'd like to thank them. This is, I have to throw Gloria Lewis' name in there, executive assistant. She doesn't want to be recognized, but she keeps this engine going, and each and every person here. And I got to give a really quick shout out to our students who are here. Some of them that are taking time out of their summer break. If you saw those smiling faces, those cheerleaders when you came in, they were greeting each other, representing Westwood to the highest level as they always do. We have a number of other students that's going to be coming here in a couple of hours, but we'd like to say thank you to all those students who are volunteering to be our tour guides, and also just one more quick shout out to our PTA for supporting us the way they do each and every school year. We'd like to say great big thank you to them. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Education Foundation as well, because they have poured in so much support to Westwood Middle School in previous years and in recent years. But this is what you get when a community really buys into the process of educating students in the public setting. Years ago, when we had the opportunity to, I remember I made a video showing the old campus and showing the needs of the old campus. Jackie, you remember those days when we were begging for money? showing the old rundown multi-purpose room. It was actually around almost the same footprint, and this is where the building was, where the pudding was coming down the wall after it rained. But this is what happens when the community is serious. They put their money where their mouth is. We come together. The half-cent sales tax was passed back then, and this is the result of it. So we'd like to say thank you so much for all of your support and continued support, and we're looking forward to everything that the students will be able to enjoy when they come in. At this time, I'd like to recognize our special guests. We do have our Superintendent Shane Andrews in the building. I'd like to say thank you, Mr. Andrew, for being here. Our board chairperson, Ms. Diane McGraw, thank you so much for being here. We have our deputy superintendent, Dr. Atria, here. Thank you so much. We have board member Tina Certain here as well. Thank you so much for being here. We have Dr. Rockwell, our board member as well. I don't see Dr. McNeely, but I know she possibly might, but I just want to give honor to Dr. McNeely in her absence, and we're just so happy for everyone. If I went around the room and spoke to everyone, we'll be here all day, but I'm not going to do that. But I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who had anything to do with this project. We're so excited. We can't wait to get our kids in here and get working hard with them, and it's going to be a great opportunity. So at this time, I'm going to kind of relinquish my stand, and we're going to hand it over to Mr. Shane Andrew as he comes. Let's give him a round of applause. Right before I hand over the mic to Mr. Shane Andrew, I learned something new. You know those pretty pictures, I learned the technical term is step and repeat. You guys knew what a step and repeat was? Okay, I'm not the only one that didn't know that. Okay, so all those beautiful decorations, step and repeat, we would like to say thank you so much to Ms. Kelly Castamo and the volunteer department for everything they're doing. Our communications department, Ms. Jackie Johnson, thank you guys so much, and we greatly appreciate everything you do. All right, Mr. Andrew, thank you so much. All right.
So the good thing is I didn't prepare any remarks because it'll come naturally as we talk about Westwood. I was talking to the cheerleaders on the way in, and I told them I went to school here, and they said, "How long ago?" I told them 100 years, and some believed me. They said, 100 years, really? I said, no, it was actually 44 years ago. Thank you to our cheerleading team that's here, because that's just a representation of our wonderful students that'll be filling these hallways come Monday. And so, again, I think this is repetitive, but we have to thank, no doubt about it, our students, the teachers, the staff, the parents, the administrators, all of those that spent 2 years in the transition school, right? Just a clear sign of their dedication to paying it forward and working in a transition school for a couple of years to step aside and make this happen, and staying as part of our team while this process was going on, and now being able to move back in. So I remember a couple of years ago when we met in the library, the old media center. It was a library when I went to school here. That meeting to where we are now, just phenomenal. So, but so much thanks goes out to our Westwood Whirlwind community, and that includes the PTSA, that includes all the volunteers that have leaned in here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. As far as the half-cent, that was mentioned, but we do want to thank our community because so much of this across the school district and around the district has happened because of the dedication of our citizens here in Alachua County. And of course, I would want to thank Scorpio. I know Dominic's not up here today, but I appreciate his commitment to our students, to the county as a whole in the greater Gainesville area. So thank you to Scorpio. And then I was talking with Chad with Harvard Jolly, and we really appreciate the leadership he's provided. It's not just architectural services, but he's been a true community partner. So when he meets with teachers and parents and PTSAs, he listens, he hears everyone, he takes everyone's thoughts and concerns in, and he helps us develop, a school that's responsive to the needs of our community. And so that's the physical plan itself, but the environmental needs, the needs of the students, all the spaces, how functional are they, and are they going to meet the needs of our teachers and our students and our staff? So, Mr. Jones, we're glad that you help us with that transition. And at the same time, you all know, if Dominic was here, he would just tell you how dedicated they are to the performance of our students here in Alachua County. So I just want to say thank you. I won't be long. I'll get out of the way. I know we have a tour. I know we have a meet your teacher, right? So 6th graders are coming in and checking this place out. So go Whirlwinds.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, I am so excited to be here. I'm Diane McGraw, the chair of the Alachua County School Board, and I'm just so grateful on behalf of our board members who were mentioned earlier that we're here. We are so excited. Anytime you can walk in a brand new facility, that brings positive energy. And what you got this morning was so much energy from our students, and we're so excited because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our students. But I'm just so grateful, and again, I'm so thankful to Mr. Burning and his staff, Mr. Ernest Williams, to all of you all, the administrators, thank you so much. To our architecture, as our superintendent mentioned earlier, to Scorpio and his team. We were here 2 years ago for the dedication of the wall, and now we're here with the results that we have. And when our students walk in a new building, we're going to help them say, hey, look at this great facility. We want to keep it clean. We want to keep it nice. We want to keep it pretty. We want to keep it looking good, because when your learning environment looks great, your children will do better. And so we're just so thankful to our voters, everybody who played a part in this and making this happen. The half-cent sales tax. It is going to great use, and we're just so grateful. And so again, thank all of you all who came out for this here today, and we wish you well here at Westwood Middle School for a great school year in a brand new place or space where everybody can come in and promote the positive energy for all who will be here this year. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to take a second to just thank Suzanne and her staff for allowing me the chance to speak. Normally, they don't allow us to speak on these things, so I'm going to be brief. I just want to say a few words, and I'm going to give a chance to a special member from my staff to be able to say a few words. So I just want to just say I'm thankful to be a part of this transformation. The construction process was about 2 years. But I remember even four years ago, standing basically where I am now, trying to convince Principal Bernie that green didn't have to be the only color in the school. So, it's been a long process, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of that. Most of you, if you came in from the front, you'll notice that there's a quote that's on the metal panel that's in front of the building that says, Westwood Middle School, a tradition of excellence. During this process, I've come to discover what that actually meant. But during this process, I also discovered that there's a number of things we could have said in place of that. One of the things I have learned is that this could be a tradition of high achievement. At the wall raising event, I was taken aback for all the people, the important people that's come through Westwood. We have the principal, we have the superintendent, we have a board member. And so I think just even looking at that is an embodiment of what Westwood is all about. Something else I think was good, a tradition of environmental responsibility. One of the things in those early community meetings that we were stressed, that it was kept being stressed over and over and over, is how important the nature was and being involved with the kids in the woods. And I think that's something that we tried to capture with the design of the courtyard. And then finally, a tradition of community. You can tell by the turnout that's here today, the passion that you see in the audience, that this is a community. I'm truly honored and proud to be welcome as a part of that community. So before I invite Elizabeth up, I want to take a second to thank a few, not just the people we work with, but a few members of my team, starting with the school board and your leadership in supporting the decisions as we've gone through the process. Suzanne and Richard, your team has been fantastic throughout the process, being able to bounce ideas back and forth with you guys and supporting all the decisions that we made throughout. Mr. Bernie, Principal Bernie, and your staff, Mr. Hardy, if he's here, it was a lot of patience that you guys endured, and the students as well. I mean, you guys were down the hill for 2 years. That cannot go unnoticed for the success of this project. So we just want to thank you for that. Working with Scorpio, Eric, and he'll speak in a minute, Nate. The field team, you guys are great to work with. Again, I'll say this, and I'll say this on the record, it was one of the best construction teams that I've worked with on any project. I want to say that. The design team internally with Harvard Jolly PBK, Gina Fiorella, thanks for joining us. Danny, Kale Partners, thank you for your influence on the project. Voltaire Engineers, Advanced Structural Design, JB Pro. And Kimley Horn, last but not least, Elizabeth Manley. So I'll have Elizabeth Manley come up in a second, but thank you again, and I'll see you at the ribbon cutting at Littlewood Elementary.
Morning, everyone. So excited to be here. As mentioned, Elizabeth Manley with Kimley Horn. I served as the project's landscape architect, and I'm also a previous Westwood Middle School mom to Evelyn Manley, who graduated 8th grade in 2022. So she was closing the door behind her, opening the way for all of these improvements. And I just have to say, before getting into other remarks about the project, we just had a phenomenal experience here at Westwood as a family. She was so well supported by her teachers, who really demonstrated that they cared for her both as a student, academically, but also personally. Leadership was wonderful for us during that time as a family, so just thank you very much for all of that. During that time, I also was able to help with the Kids in the Woods program a little bit, and really through that and through working with other teachers that were involved in that program, really saw how important the school campus was for many different avenues for learning and for demonstrations, and just for general student health. And so knew that was a huge priority coming into it without even going through the stakeholder meetings, and then just heard that message over and over again. So now standing here, seeing what's been done with the courtyard and the school grounds due to all the hard work from the Scorpio team, all the subconsultants, the design team, it's just really, really amazing. So thank you. As part of the design team, we helped with the site design and the landscape design, and again, integrated with the whole rest of the design team to create these spaces. And during meetings, we heard the same goals that Chad mentioned about the importance of community and promoting community, and how can we do that. And this courtyard space, we're hopeful, as well as all of the interior spaces, will just really help with that. Clear sight lines across campus, wonderful seating areas distributed throughout that can be used for gathering, for teaching. That outdoor learning component was very important, and created a number of areas for that. And then just that experiencing nature in an everyday way. So integrating trees, special shout out to Justin Z with Scorpio for babysitting the existing trees and preserving those so well these last 2 years. That was not an easy feat. Much of the design was around those trees because we heard how important that was, and look at what a wonderful centerpiece we now have with the courtyard. So we just can't wait to see students here. I'm just so thankful that I was able to be part of this process. Thank you very much. And I know it's been said multiple times, but I think we need to keep stressing the importance. Just thank you to Alachua County voters for continuing to support our schools with that half-cent sales tax. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. This is going to seem repetitive, but I'm going to start off by saying I'm Eric with Scorpio, and on behalf of our team, we're just grateful to be here, and there's a lot of folks to still thank, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say it again. But obviously our client, School Board of Alachua County, everybody on the board, superintendents, everybody from the design team, Harvard Jolly. We know it takes a lot to get this put together. And most importantly, it's all about the kids and the students here in this place. So students, families here at Westwood, we couldn't do it without you, and we really appreciate that. And we don't take that lightly that you guys have trusted us to build this beautiful campus. I got to start with a quick story about Principal Bernie. I came for a site visit about 6 months ago, and I checked in with our team at the trailer, and I was walking around, and I came around the corner, and it was still open windows and roofs, and we weren't even near finished, and he's already showing this place off to our friends from Bradford County. So I got a kick out of that, and he introduced me to those folks, and I said, man, this is awesome. We got an ambassador here that's going ahead and showing this place around. So if you need a tour guide, you probably already knew this, but he's our guy. And in all seriousness, I'm going to kind of dovetail on what Elizabeth said. With the courtyard and the spaces and everything with the trees, it really truly emulates the way that all of these students are going to thrive, right? Like similar to plants, there's a lot of things that those plants are going to need similar to these students. So they're going to need light, food, temperature, soil. When I think about the most important thing of all these plants, and she talked about protecting those trees, is that soil. And I see education as the same way. Everything that you guys pour into these kids when it comes to their education and building that foundation is similar to the soil of those plants. And that really takes focus and intentionality and really nourishment. And I think the biggest difference here at Westwood is that you guys truly do care. You care about yourself first, each other, and that means a lot. And these types of projects that we can be a part of, and you can trust us to have the privilege to build, means a lot to our team. I will say in closing, thanks again. I hope that the students and parents really enjoy this space, and welcome home, Whirlwinds.